What do you want to know?
What do you mean?
Look, man, I'm not stupid. You have me locked up in an interrogation room straight out of a murder mystery. Just tell me what you want.
Jeez, getting straight to the point. Let's start from the beginning. What happened before the outbreak began?
Like the whole Ragedemon situation? I thought I told you about that already.
Let's start after you're let out of the cell. You said it was only a few days from that before.
It was a few weeks. I smudged the truth for storytelling.
Uh-huh. Well, in those 2 weeks, what happened?
I mean, nothing too important. With Simone's psychological evaluation, I was in the right mind to step back into being leader of Olympia, so I did. In that time, the team grew in number, and Hyper and I got closer, and we—
Closer? How?
Well, I mean, after everything that happened to him, Scrowsy destroying Spawn and betraying him, Lily killing herself.
No! Lily!
I felt bad for the kid, So I started hanging out with him, giving him someone to lean on to not feel so alone.
I feel bad. Because, everything you told me is just... It's so heavy. Someone as young as you are to have to deal with it. I feel like you've grown up way too fast.
I've been through the motions, I've been through the upsets in the past, and I always figured out that it always loops around, Things never really change. I'll have a place to live one day and the next I won't. And I've learned to deal with it.
I gotta ask, though, have you ever had dreams of, maybe a different world existing?
Not dreams. I've been what do you mean, actually?
Memories that seem almost too real, like you were actually there in a different world.
Why are you talking about that?
I mean, you remember the Kyophilia and everything, right?
Oh, how do you know that?
I don't know. I think part of it, the way that we've concluded so far is that Ragedemon said that he dragged me to the depths of hell when I jumped off the top of the castle. That other people have their memories too, I mean...
Oh, I've always remembered everything. Even when you weren't here, I remember when you weren't here.
I just want to let you know, I know you don't like talking about it, but not just what's happened now, but remembering things that other people don't remember about the past, about, this world and everything, and the worlds before it. It was hard for me. I can't imagine how hard it probably is for you, whether you let on to it or not. So, if you ever need anybody to talk to about it, if it gets too much, I'm always here.
So, you and Hyper became close friends?
I mean, he'll deny it till the end of the earth, but I'd say so.
Interesting. So, when did you find out about the infestation?
Coincidentally, the very next day.
Well, what is it?
No clue. I was working in the farm and walked over here and saw this. It was here 5 minutes ago.
This isn't even seen before. It just seems my finger on it. It's Skulk. Yeah. That's what it is. I have no idea, but this is definitely Skulk. I've been talking to the city for days. I think
Sid, are you good?
Huh?
Mans was zoning out.
We were just discussing what this plane could possibly be.
I might have an idea.
Would someone please explain what all of this fuss is about? Oh shit. Please don't tell me this is what I think it is.
It's not impossible, but this is a whole different world, completely different people, completely different terrain. I mean,
but it came about twice in the Pope SMP. There's a very good chance that...
I do say, while it's quite fun trying to figure out what you two fellows are talking about, the rest of us would appreciate some contextualization.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Have you guys figured out what this is?
Yes, we have. It's Skulk from the ancient cities below here.
That's what the outside is, but what it really might be is camouflage.
If this is what we think it is, then Olympia is in terrible danger.
What do you guys think it is?
Assuming me and Sid are thinking the same thing, This is the ancient Everforest.
Sorry, huh?
As I told Raggy and Simone, I met Raptor a long time ago in another world.
Yeah, and you said you worked with him on a project. That's how you two met each other.
Yeah, but that project we worked on wasn't exactly a project.
In that world, I was somewhat of a pirate.
Everything you have learned is a ship.
I sailed the seas with my partner, Sami.
With blue waves crashing into it.
One day, Sami and I crash landed into an iceberg.
Sailing on a ship in a bottle.
In that iceberg, we found a patch of Skulk growing within the ice.
Pulling ropes and pulling your head back to see.
The Skulk implanted itself into my brain.
You set sail alone, there is no crew, no one on the deck who can help you. This is all your own battle to win. This is your ship and you are the captain.
Shortly after that, a few of the SMP members found our ship, and that's how I met Raptor.
In that world, while I was working on my own project, a giant meteor crashed into the ground and split in half. On them were spore blossoms that started emitting spores as soon as it cracked open. I inhaled a lot of those spores, and shortly afterwards those flowers started growing on me. Before long, the plant infiltrated my mind and told me its name. The Everforest. I showed her the Everforest, and she proceeded to show me her vines. She had a version of the Everforest called the Ancient Everforest.
Which is what we're afraid this thing is.
So, this Everforest, did you guys ever defeat it?
No. I can barely remember what happened, but eventually, the Everforest took over that world and, having no use for us, killed off everyone one by one.
Search with all the things that made you feel safe. Oh, Captain, Zio. Oh, Captain Zio. Oh, Captain Zio.
So what you're saying is, if this thing is Everforest, then there's no way of being it?
So, you and Raptor recognized the Skulk as the Everforest?
Well, we weren't entirely certain that it was the Everforest. I mean, to our knowledge, hypersmp had never been infected with it before, but with what had happened in the other world, we couldn't take that risk here. So, with Raptor's knowledge of the Everforest and Target's knowledge of the Skulk, I put the two of them with Moonlight to start a lab in Raptor's basement to further look into what we were really facing.
And what did you do?
Well, I went searching for the one person who could help us fight this thing.
And that was...
ThunderTM, or Tora, was the strongest warrior in Olympia. That was until one day, after I was locked up, he vanished without reason. He was undoubtedly our best shot at getting to the bottom of the Skulk, so I asked Simone and Raggy if they'd heard anything from him, and Simone gave me directions to the cherry biome north of Olympia. So I flew there, in search of the lost thunder.
Irrational, kids are animals, shoots on the shadows from fires cast onto walls. Smart, old kid, you've got to keep it in, you've got to laugh it off no matter what they say.
But I'm afraid that's all you're getting for today, because you know, your test subject's a little sleepy, so yeah.
Got to keep it in, you've got to